Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Please hit that like button on your way in. I would appreciate it. Good morning, PK. How are you, dear? Getting the old incense lit, getting the candles ready. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm fantastic today. I'm like, oh my God, I got sleep. Doing good. 10 people in the room already. Welcome in, guys. Please hit that like button. Say hi. Let me get this candle changed out real quick. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hey, Nick. Welcome in, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Having their coffee, relaxing. Hey, Katrina. Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And get started here in a few minutes, get a few more people in, and we will get hopping. Oh, alrighty then. Is it K-Soul? Welcome in, or good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh man, I have to say, if y'all didn't see that, there was a horrific tragedy in England yesterday. A bunch of children were basically slaughtered by a crazy person, which is really sad. So they're on our hearts and our prayers. At a dance studio, of all places. Okay. Yeah, it was near Liverpool yesterday, PK. Yeah, it's sad. 3 little girls at the scene, but there were, I want to say, 8 or 9 children, females, in this dance studio that were in critical condition, or and it was a 17-year-old kid, which is really, really sad. The amount of rage a child would have to do something that like that is just, it's mind blowing. So usually don't have that kind of rage until you're much older. But, for a child to go off like that, and a child himself going off and doing something so heinous is just crazy. It's crazy. Okay, what do we got? I'm going to give it another minute or two. You know who I don't see in here this morning is my lovely Cairo. Yeah. Yeah, she's usually the first to show up. She's usually the first one in. Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll get going here in a second. We'll get going. Let me grab some other cards here. Did you see that, PK? Did you get to see that almost personal? Man, I'm telling you, boy, that hit home. That one hit home big time. Big time. So I don't normally have that happen, but that one definitely rang true for me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. There's 15 here. Please hit that like button, guys. I would appreciate it. Okay, so okay, so what's flying out of the deck? What's flying out of the deck is storm warnings. You're feeling all tangled up for some reason. You're feeling all tied up here in a situation, Cancer. Is it a yesa or a yisha? Welcome in, dear. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Tell me about Cancer. Oh, yeah. Thank you, PK. Okay, guys, I do have an announcement before I get into the reading. Okay, so you can now get, I'm selling some spiritual candles as well, and they're a well-known brand. And everything has been moved to my website. So if you're looking for my tarot deck, Magical Fantasy Tarot, looks like this. Or some spiritual candles, or to book a reading, everything is on my website, quartzrosetarot.com. Check it out. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Cancer, this is a real cut and dry message for you. Hey, Jean, welcome in, dear. You're feeling kind of all tied up in a situation. There's storm clouds. So, I feel like you might be going through some shit, period. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about that with that storm warning. You've got some dark clouds surrounding, even a tornado here, and you feel a little bound. You feel a little tied up, like you are restricted somehow from handling it. But what they're telling you is, with a little work, putting in the hard work will lead to you getting a victory over this. So whatever is you're dealing with at the moment, you're going to come out on top. Just focus on doing whatever you need to do to get the job done, because I feel like that's what they're saying. Put in the work and you'll have the victory. Keep pressing forward. You're going to have the victory. So give me all 12 signs around Cancer, starting with Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries, isn't that funny? Especially if you're dealing with an Aries. If there's a lot of mind games and manipulation and somebody's trying to take control or win at all cost, you're closing out that karmic cycle. You're rushing to put the work in. You're rushing to put the work in order to close out a karmic cycle. Tell me about Taurus and Cancer. Oops, got my cards upside down. Hold on. I feel like if you're dealing with a Taurus, I feel like you're waiting out in the cold to communicate. I feel like divine timing's at play. So there's fate. Fate's taking over here. The fate to communicate. It's meant for the two of you to come back together to communicate. But right now you're waiting out in the cold. Literally waiting out in the cold. Tell me about Gemini and Cancer. I feel like you're wondering if you have the strength for a new beginning because you keep looking back at past mistakes here. So, like, if you're having sleepless nights about past mistakes, you're wondering if you have the strength to start over again. You do. You do, Cancer. You're not weak by any stretch of the imagination. You have a hard shell on your back. You understand that, right? Cancers are not, we're not those soft shell crabs. We're those hard shell crabs. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're a soft shell crab, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you at this point. You got a lot of learning to do, is what I feel like. You got to toughen up that skin. But if you're a hard shell crab, you already been through it. You've already been through it. So you already know you're a tough nut to crack for sure. Okay, Cancer. If you're dealing with another Cancer, I feel like you have somebody who's very passionate about you. If you're dealing with another Cancer, they're very passionate about you. They want to be with you. They're obsessed with you, pre-Empress. They're just obsessed with you, wanting to be with you. This person is like licking their lips. I mean, you're like a snack right now, okay? This person is very obsessed with you. If you're dealing with a Leo, Cancer, I feel like you're very guarded and defensive towards the high priestess. And so if you're the empress, they're the high priestess. You're very on guard where this person is concerned. And you may be holding back. But I want you to understand something between these two people. And these are literally two people. The empress is all four queens and the high priestess rolled into one. This person is just the high priestess. This person is not your match. They're not your equal. This person is not going, you have nothing to fear when it comes to this person because you've got it all within yourself, right? So you may hold back a little bit. You may hold back something. Maybe you're not aware of the fact that you are, that this person is nothing in comparison. So if you feel like that you've got to defend yourself or you're resisting something because of this person may be doing things. They have higher esoteric knowledge. This person could be doing spell work on you, right? When they come in as a high priestess. You're not speaking to this person. You don't have any conversations. You hold back and don't speak to this person, but you're very on guard. And why would you be on guard when it comes to this if they're not trying to do something to you? Right. So be careful with that one. But just know that you have the upper hand, Cancer. You do have the upper hand. Tell me about Cancer and Virgo. So I feel like moving forward, you're doing some soul searching. You're getting some clarity, but you're at a crossroads on whether or not you should block this person or stand your ground. So I almost feel like there's two mindsets here for you. Am I going to block this person or am I going to stand my ground with this person? But you're having to think about it. Okay, tell me about Libra Hey, Cairo. I was wondering where you were. Hey, Roseanne. Welcome in, guys. Oh, no problem. No problem. Tell me about Cancer and Libra. Yeah, there's a burden of justice here. Now, there may be a burden because this is Libra's energy, right? There may be a burden around Libra, but somebody's heartbroken when it comes to love. So maybe it's the two of you are just maybe having an out, or maybe you're going through a divorce, possibly with Libra. Tell me about Cancer and Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio and Cancer, here's the problem. You rushed into the relationship. This is somebody who rushed into a relationship and now they're moving on from the tower of that, right? You know, it was hot and heavy. There was a lot of passion in this, right? You see a lot of passion in the red, right? The problem is you rushed into the relationship, you didn't know one another, and now you're recovering from the tower moment of it falling apart because you guys didn't take the time to get to know one another. Tell me about Cancer and Sagittarius. Okay, turn my cards around. Mm. So you have two cards of decision here. You have a choice and you being at a crossroads, not knowing what direction to go in. But somebody, like, you don't know I almost feel like you don't know which direction to run in. That's what I'm feeling like, because there's a choice here, but you're at a crossroads. Which direction? Like, right? Because somebody's attacking you with manipulation and mind. This is somebody doing a witchcraft attack on you. It's very dark energy, right? It's dark energy here. You have somebody coming towards you with that sword drawn, right? So that's an attack. But to play mind games and manipulate a situation with the intent to win, you have a narcissist definitely attacking this. Now, this could be literally as much as being attacked by a narcissist, or this could be somebody's doing spiritual work on you, right? And you don't know which direction to run in. Okay, so Cancer and Capricorn. I feel like for you, when it comes to communication with somebody, when you're talking to Capricorn, Cancer, now understand Capricorn is your direct opposite, right? If you're looking at the zodiac sign, you know, you have your north point is Cancer, your southern point is Capricorn. Okay. They're your exact opposite, right? So when it comes to communication, you have to take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. And it's almost like, you're holding back from standing your ground or holding back from blocking somebody. It's almost like you have to really evaluate the situation. You have to evaluate the communication here. So what I feel like for you when it comes to Capricorn, listen to understand versus respond. That's kind of what this is saying. Take a step back, hold back your mouth, basically, Cancer, because, you know, I am a Cancer, and I'm telling you, when we get mad, we are all about shooting arrows from our mouth. I mean, like, and we are a good shot. You know what I'm saying? Not only are we quick witted and intelligent, but man, we can hurt with our mouth, right? That words can kill, that so to speak. And I almost feel like you have to take a step back and not say something. You don't want to stand your ground. You don't want to. You don't want to go off. Yes, we do. We do. We are those. We are, you know, people say we're so emotional. Maybe it's because I have a Leo rising that I don't find myself being very emotional. Yeah, I can be brought to tears because I'm sensitive to other people's feelings and energy. But that's not a weakness. That's a strength. So, I don't look at it the other way around. So, I don't see that. I don't think cancers are that sensitive, to be honest with you. Uh, there could be some, but that's not me. Or emotional, over emotional. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is it Mincer? I get these names and I'm like, okay, how do I pronounce that? Because you never know. You never know these days. You never know. Okay, so if you're dealing with an Aquarius, somebody was deceptive in a partnership here. Moving forward, Aquarius, you're kind of guarded and defensive. You feel like your person did something. Aquarius is feeling like Cancer that you did something wrong, and now they're a little, or maybe they could have been the one that did something, and now they're very defensive. Like they're like every time you ask them a question, they bite your head off. So it could be the other way around. Cancer, they could have done something. They could have done something, and now they're being very defensive about the fact that you're questioning them. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Luma. Welcome in, my dear. Okay. And Pisces. Cancer and Pisces. Cancer, you're definitely saying here, it's illuminating that you're manifesting the truth or you're going to walk away. Somebody better speak up and be honest or you're out. That's kind of your mindset there. So let's get into the reading for Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you're feeling a little tied up, a little bound, and there's storm warnings, but with the work, you're going to have a victory. Putting in the hard work, you will get the victory here. Okay. There's that storm warning. Yeah, you're being guided to look at things from a different perspective here, right? Because there's drama here and somebody being left out in the cold of a family situation, heartbroken, right? So you feel like there's a big fight, there's a relationship that's falling apart here. That could be the storm warning. You feel like your hands are tied, or you feel bound up somehow because of the drama out in the cold in a family situation. Heartbroken, needing to see things from a different perspective. I feel like you're being guided, or maybe you need to be patient. It could be either one, but I'm feeling like you got guides around you because there's justice under the bottom of the deck. You may be discontent because there's no equal give and take, Cancer, offered moving forward. So there's okay. So you want justice in a situation, but you're discontent. You're not happy because there's no equal give and take being offered to you moving forward. So in other words, if somebody really did something shitty in a relationship, they're not apologizing. They're not tossing you a bone. They're not tossing you a bone. Now, think of it as a lesson that you have to overcome here. If you're in a relationship and you are being separated and you feel like this person doesn't care about me, there's no equal give and take here, there's nothing being offered to reciprocate or to repair the damage that's been done, right? The lesson for you is maybe this isn't the relationship for you. Maybe you're spinning your wheels. Now, the one thing I can say personally, because it's been coming on my FYP when I watch the old Tiki Taki, is that you'll see these young ladies sitting there, and in the background, their spouse or their boyfriend talking to them like they are a dog, straight up like a dog, screaming at them, telling them to get the F out of their house and that they're worthless and they're this and they're that. And some of them even putting hands on them. I can't imagine that's what God's plan was for women, to be in such an abusive state, right? And sometimes when you're letting things fall apart, let them fall apart. Because if they're falling apart, it's because probably they're meant to fall apart. You can't well, I agree with you, Cairo, but I also see that there are things that if you use anything correctly, you're going to benefit from it. I found more benefit from it than I have. There are a lot of toxic people on there for sure, but I almost feel like if you can discern between the two, you don't have to worry about that. You just say not interested and move on, so you don't have to get caught up in drama. But the one thing it does show me is that people are calling people like that out now. Right. If somebody's going to be that abusive, they can't hide behind closed doors anymore. It's being put out for the world to see. So, they can't get away with it as much as they used to. But in this sense, I almost feel like if there is something falling apart for you, let it fall apart. Let that thing fall, because if it's meant for you, it will be for you. There's nothing that's going to change that fact, right? You will get back what's meant for you. But in the meantime, maybe it's not a healthy environment, but they're saying once you put in the work, you'll get the victory. Now, maybe it's not you that needs to put in the work. Maybe it's the other person. So in the case of, you can't do the work for them, they have to do it for themselves, right? In order to have a healthy relationship, both parties have to be healthy. Right? You can't be the sole provider in the family and the chief cook and bottle washer and running all the kids around and paying all the bills. You're going to be tapped out in about 2.5 seconds, right? You can't do it all by yourself. If you're having to be in a relationship where you're doing it all by yourself, why are you in a relationship? Because you can lose 150 pounds just by pushing that person out the door. And boy, there goes 50% of your problems right there. If I got to do it all, I might as well be by myself and be happy and not listen to somebody run their mouth. Right? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And, some people, they've never had that problem in a relationship. Well, God bless you. But the majority of people, they have had that problem in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because they're saying it's a lesson. They're saying right here, it's a lesson, right? Somebody's jealous or envious of you. They're an enemy. Now, you could be sleeping with the enemy. You could be in a relationship with someone toxic that hates your guts, right? But they're there just to make you miserable. They're envious. They're jealous. They're your enemy. And you need to rest and rejuvenate. It's a lesson. It's a lesson for you to understand worth and value. It's a lesson for you to, take the bull by the horns and say, there's not enough drugs on this planet to make me go through this bullshit. There's just not enough, because that's a hard pass. That's a hard pass. You have to know your worth and your value and know that, yes, if I'm going to put in the hard work, I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to be miserable. Because there's a big difference between you living your life and putting in the hard work and flourishing versus you putting in all the hard work and then going home and watch somebody play video games all day and sit their butt on the couch and the house be a mess, and your work still has to happen when you walk through that door again at night, right? Because nothing's done. Kids aren't fed, the laundry's piled up, and this person has been home all day and hasn't done a damn thing. Nothing's changed since you walked out the door, except the only thing that happened was you didn't have to listen to their mouth for 8 hours. So I'm telling you, and I'm not saying all relationships are like that. I'm talking about the relationships that are like that, right? If your relationship isn't like that, God bless you. God bless you. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. And, but when you're dealing with that kind of nonsense, that's what this reading is basically about. There's no coming together about about anything here. So when you try to emotionally communicate about their deception, right? And you're trying to find peace and balance, you're doing it in a peaceful and balanced way. Look, emotionally communicating about deception, doing it in a balanced way, or being patient when you're doing that, is still going to cause a fight. Is still going to cause a fight. This person does not want to be questioned. They don't want to have to answer to anybody. You have sleepless nights because you had to stand your ground. You had to stand your ground with this person. This person does not have your back. This is not a healthy relationship by any stretch of the imagination. See, Cancer, they're telling you the divine wants you to be with somebody with equal give and take for you. The divine wants you to be with somebody who's going to give you equal give and take, Cancer, not the devil. Can you see this? Can you literally see this row? The divine wants you to be with somebody that's going to give you equal give and take, Cancer, not the devil. Not the devil. You got the God card and the devil. You don't want anybody that's going to try to harm or hurt you or your kids, to let them figure themselves out. This person probably isn't a bad person. Maybe this person came from a very abusive background themselves, but they need to get help in order to be in a relationship. Because children don't deserve to be raised in that shit. That's horrible. Horrible energy. Especially when you have a third party here causing chaos with your partner in a family situation. Now, this also could be that this is the ex-wife or ex-girlfriend who has children with your partner, and this person wants your partner and they don't like you, so they cause problems all the time in your relationship. The Queen of Wands causing chaos for the King of Swords family situation. So this could be somebody he's having an affair with that's trying to cause drama in your family. This could also be a baby mama. Take it how it resonates. This person doesn't want you happy either, because these two should be together. If they're miserable away from each other, let them be miserable together. That's where you take the back seat and say, this isn't for me. This isn't what I signed up for. And I feel like this is you needing to know your worth and value in the situation. Now, that thinking man could have been that King of Swords that we were just, this is a lesson for you. This is a lesson, most definitely. Knowing your worth and value. I feel like you may be moving towards a friend. Now, you may move out of your house and move in with a friend. But, you're on that boat and you're on the way out, right? Could be that Six of Swords energy where you're moving forward. You wanted to go from rough waters to calm waters, but sometimes you have to let that go and just move on, right? Just let it go, move forward. Tell me about this. Yeah, see, Cancer, you've done the soul searching here, right? And you want justice, and you're out of there. With that Knight of Wands, you're out of there, because that's somebody who rushes in and rushes out. Because it's illuminating here, it's become very clear to you. It's become very clear that the only thing that's offered to you in this situation is sleepless nights. Like it's not going to get any better. There's not going to get any better staying in that environment. Not at all. Tell me about this. See, you're dealing with the King of Swords. King of Swords. Thinking man is the King of Swords. Okay. I'm going to say Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. You want a new passionate beginning, but you feel left out in the cold. You're back and forth about whether or not you even want to be with the King of Swords. This King of Swords is not bringing anything to the table, Cancer. They're not. They're not bringing a fork, a spoon, a knife. They're not bringing bread. They're not bringing the soda. They're not bringing whatever you're drinking. They're not bringing a meal. They're not bringing anything to the table for you. And you know this. I know you know this already. It's almost like, but they're the first one to sit down at the table waiting for you to serve them. I don't know why that just had to come out of my mouth, but that's the next thing they said. But this person's the first one to sit their butt at the table, ready for you to make their plate and serve them. My understanding, if a man doesn't work, a man doesn't eat. Boy, and I keep flipping this deck. Flipping this deck. See, here's the problem. When I'm clarifying the new beginning or being left out in the cold, there is a couple here. One of you has 1 foot in and one of you has 1 foot out. Right? And you're trapped in your head about there being a new beginning. This is what you were hoping for. You were hoping for this person to change, this person to come to their senses, this person to fix the problem. This person's not going to fix the problem. But here's the problem with you, Cancer. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone for 5 minutes and get your bearings and heal. Heal yourself from all of the nonsense, right? You don't have to be with somebody to be happy. You can be by yourself and enjoy your life, period. Even with kids. I raised 3 children by myself. One's getting their PhD. You know what I'm saying? The other 2 graduated from college as well. I did it by being a single parent. Nobody helped me. But the bottom line is you have to know you. You have to know what your worth and value is in a situation. Take the time to heal. Be by yourself. You're hoping for somebody to change. I almost feel like the problem is for you, Cancer, more than anything, is you're having to do all of the work yourself and you're too tired to put in the time to start a new relationship with somebody else. Because you're feeling like, oh shit, now I got to start over all again, meet somebody, get to know them. Yeah, take your time. There's nothing wrong with that. Meet somebody, talk to them. Don't jump into bed with anybody. Don't bring them back home to your kids. Get to know this person. Make this man prove themselves to you. Make them take you, and treat you, see how they treat you. You always know when you're on a date with somebody how this person's going to treat you by how they treat the wait staff at a restaurant. If this person is polite and kind and tips and treats you like a lady and treats the wait staff good, pay attention to that. If this person barks out orders and acts so entitled and doesn't want to leave a tip and maybe even wants you to pay for your own meal, run to the hills, to the hills. You already know the answer, Cancer. I don't need to tell you that. You already are aware of the situation. This is why they're saying, know your worth and value. I almost feel like you have friends around you that want you to be happy. They're willing to open their door for you. If you have children, for you and your children, to get you out of this toxic environment. I almost feel like you have a BFF here that is just like, hey, we only have 2 bedrooms over here. We're going to be tight, but we'll figure it out, right? We'll figure this out. Let's see what we got. Ooh, look at this. Okay. I want you to see what you're not realizing here, Cancer, which is the light at the end of the tunnel. You may feel like, oh, I can't do it on my own. There's going to be financial constraints. It's going to be difficult for me. Baby, the abundance is going to flow. You've got blossoming abundance. You've got things flowing to you from all directions. Where you feel in your mind there's financial constraints, it's going to be tight. You're the one doing all the work right now. This person's not bringing anything to the table. You've got one less mouth to feed and no attitude coming towards you. You've got blessings flowing to you like a river. Just pay attention to that, because look, all of the nonsense, all of the worry, the loss, the stress, the theft. What is that word? I can't even see it. Sorry, guys. I can't even see the word. Okay, so lack, sneaky, toxic, draining, and scarcity. All of the stuff that you've been suffering, is going away. It's ended. It's ended. It's over with a man. It's ended. It's ended. Let old Susie Sunshine from his past have him back. Move forward and enjoy your life, enjoy your day. You know, when you can come home from work and the house is clean and all you got to do is defrost something and throw it in the crock pot or whatever the case may be, and set the table for the kids and sit down and then relax and watch a movie and go to bed with no problems. The world's been lifted off your shoulders. That's what's happening here. Release yourself from the nonsense. See, you feel like you're in the Queen of Swords mode right now. Like you're ready to fight back, right? In your judgment, you're trapped in your head about all the fighting and argument and toxicity and the things that were hidden from you. See, once you can actually sit down and process all of this, you're going to see that this person was very toxic. Like this was something that you needed, right? This person was betraying you left and right. You know, you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to believe it. But once you're away from it, you're going to know. It's coming in as a King of Wands. I still feel like that's the Queen of Wands energy. Somebody was juggling a relationship here. They wanted to be, they didn't know who they wanted to be with. They wanted to be whether they wanted to be with you or this other person. And you saw that. You saw that this person was doing you dirty. It was illuminated, which gave you the sleepless nights, right? And you didn't talk about it. You kept it to yourself. Even though you knew that this person was doing this, you kept it to yourself. So Cancer, I feel like for you, just like breathe a sigh of relief. It's almost like waiting to exhale. Just let it release, right? Let go of what didn't serve you. And you learned a valuable lesson from this, and that is to take your time to get to know somebody, to and in order to move forward and have a healthy relationship. And you can see, be honest with yourself, because of this relationship, you know what you don't want. You know exactly what you don't want. Now, what is it that you do want? Almost like you need to take it from a different approach, right? You're clear as the sun shining in your eyes that you got something better coming for you, right? See, I almost feel like this is a difference now. You see how light these cards are. You have somebody who's your equal, your yin and your yang, your masculine and your feminine. This person could be a King of Pentacles. This is going to be somebody that you will be married to, that will be solid, stable, dependable, grounded energy, that will be a provider, could be a boss, definitely has some money. This person's, works hard for what they got, versus the man over here, the man and his mistress, so to speak, right? This is the difference between what you had and what you're going to get. Somebody who's going to be your equal with that yin and yang, or somebody who's going to cheat on you with their ex. I think the choice is clear. Yeah, I've fended for myself for the last probably 10 or 12 years myself, but I actually enjoy I enjoy it though. I mean, I have a lot of wonderful friends and everything, but I don't have to listen to no one's bullshit. I just don't. And it makes me very happy that I don't. See, I almost feel like you were discontent with this person's cheating, right? And so rushing in and out, leaving you out in the cold, waiting. You knew this person was a cheater. They always did that to you, right? They were deceptive in the commitment, right? And it went on for a long time. But I feel like you're now working on a new passionate beginning, that where there's no drama, there's equal give and take. Because you've closed out the cycle. You got an emperor. You see, the lesson was you needed to go through the karmic to get to the emperor. In this case, here he is, right? So you upgraded. You upgraded here, definitely upgraded. You're rebuilding. You're coming in as a Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. This may lead to marriage here. This person, and it's almost like you've turned into a wife versus, a girlfriend that's being cheated on by the boyfriend, right? So you're leveling up, most definitely leveling up with love and a new beginning of something that's going to grow, that's going to prosper, that's going to bear fruit. You got 2 aces here, and then you're the Empress. So look, you've gone through hell, but look what you got in the end. You've got a new beginning of love and abundance with the Emperor. You're both on the same level. Someone who's your equal. You got the yin and the yang here, right? You're both coming in as a true match too, as far as the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. You've met your match, Cancer. You've gone through hell, but you've come out and met your match. So you got blessings flowing to you and you don't even realize it. I like it. I like it when it has that positive outcome like that. It's wonderful. I can't even talk. Wonderful energy. Wonderful. Can't get that word out. What the hell's happening here? Okay. So, I got 32. That's interesting. I've got the same amount of people in the room as likes. That's a rarity. Well, thank you guys for that. So PK and Jean, can I get your questions, please? Guys, if you want to do a $5 super chat, I can do questions. The super chat is the dollar symbol at the bottom. Actually, I guess it's at where you can, next to the chat, next to the smiley face. Lionsgate is coming 8/8. Yes, best day to manifest. Yeah, I think that really, guys, you need to make sure that you get your ducks in a row on 8/8, because we're going to be smack dab into Mercury retrograde as well. So if you're manifesting, you may end up manifesting something from the past. Just be aware of that, because retrograde is going to bring around unfinished business so that you can clear it out. But if you don't want somebody from the past, be real specific with your manifestation, or you'll end up getting somebody to come back around. Okay, PK. What is Capricorn's next actions towards Princess. What are Capricorn's next actions towards Princess? Oh. So he's obsessed with, in divine timing, he's going to have, I don't feel like this is something hidden. This is strong emotion. So the moon can be strong emotion. It also could be hiding something or an illusion or something like that. I feel like in this case, he has strong emotion. He has strong emotion, and here he is, Capricorn, in the center of the read here. He's obsessed with the partnership. He's obsessed with the partnership between the two of you. What's his actions towards you is the question. This isn't anybody but you. He'll be obsessed with the partnership. However, do you see this? I almost feel like your mouth is open. I just know your mouth is open when you see this, PK. So with the old witchy poo trying to emotionally communicate her drama, it's been cut out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this. Because she's a Taurus, and her emotional communication to cause drama is cut out. So it's almost like those glasses, those rose-colored glasses that were on his eyes are being peeled back so that he actually can see what's really in front of him versus what, you got 4 of wands under the bottom of the deck here. So I almost feel like there's justice here with equal give and take. You just need to wait because he's right now a king of wands. He's in a lower vibration. He has to level up. He has to level up. So I feel like for you, once he cuts her off, that's going to be a different story completely. I know, because you're like, no, see, Brandy, that Capricorn, that was a Taurus. So Capricorn was at the top. She's also dealing with somebody who's a Taurus who's causing drama. So yeah, so I can see why she's like, what the hell? May I ask how my new creative business idea will do in the next 3 months? Okay. So, Jean, how is that new creative? Tell me about Jean's new business venture. How is it going to go in the next 3 months? How is Jean's new business venture going to go in the next 3 months? Ooh. So I almost feel like you were anxious about cutting out something from the past right here. So you were anxious about cutting out something from the past, but I do see you having something long-term and committed that you can celebrate with love. It's like there's a celebration with love. I think it's going to be fantastic, Jean. I almost feel like whatever you've just decided to do is going to prosper. Yeah, something that you've been working on. So I feel like for you, yeah, I feel like it's going to be fantastic. But you are worried about cutting out something from the past, though. That's what they're telling you. But sometimes we have to let go of something we hold on too tightly of because it's not meant for us, right? And if we release it, then that door opens for us to see what we're meant for. And a lot of times we'll hold on to things we need to actually release so that we can have. But apparently, you do see that from a different perspective now. So like maybe you're really doing some soul searching about something, but here's a step back for you to like evaluate everything. And I almost feel like you're in a different place now. So or you will be very soon. So okay, does anybody else have a question? They want to do a super chat. Now's the time to do it. Okay, Cairo, my dear, I want to start a business of my own. with something special to me. Will it be successful? Let's see. Will Cairo's new business be successful? Jean, I feel you, hun. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, if I could do a one-handed handspring or back handspring or what I'm telling you, I have tried and myself. I mean, like I've tweaked things so many times that it's almost like that diamond's got every side perfectly carved. You know what I'm saying? And it's still been difficult, but it will turn itself around. It will. Because perseverance, when you push through, eventually you will hit the right one. You'll hit your mark. You absolutely will. So Cairo, tell me about Cairo's new business. Will Cairo's business be successful? Yeah, I feel like it's going to transform something that's been a long time coming. Yeah, you're rebuilding. Yes, look, your wish fulfillment in your judgment here. Like this is what you want to do. You feel this in your soul, right? And this is you, Cairo. There you are. And you want this really bad, right? And it's going to transform and it's been a long time coming. So something that's been a long time coming is transforming. You are really wanting to do that and you're rebuilding. So absolutely. Just keep that positive mindset. You've made the decision. You can see this. You can see an offer here, right? You've been back and forth. So, this is about you. This is about you being, just go for it. Jump in, do it, do it, do it. And don't look back. Keep pushing forward. PK, what's your question? You don't have to pay for a question. As much work as you and Jean do, I would give you another question. You're so funny. Okay, let's see. PK. Will there be a change in PK's finances? Will there be a change in PK's finances? You're so funny, PK. Good changes. Yeah, good changes, not bad changes. Good changes. Oh, yes. Yes. See, this is equal give and take here being offered. And I feel like the wheel's turning in your favor. The foundation's changing here. Passionately communicating to your family. I almost feel like this could almost be families involved. Like, is family involved in the situation? I feel like it is. So with that family situation, I almost feel like it's going to benefit not just you, but as many as 10 of you in the situation. Do you see what I'm saying? All those cups are going to be filled. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to help fill a lot of cups. So I feel like, yes, the foundation is fantastic, right? So the wheel's turning in your favor in this foundation. And it could be a celebration. So it's time for you to celebrate. I feel like, here's the thing, guys, anybody willing to put in hard work is going to end up successful. If you haven't hit your mark doing something one way, you try something another way, right? But you're not one to give up and you're not one to sit back on your butt and do nothing about it. You're going to continue pressing forward. And because you press forward, you will hit your mark. You really will. Anybody willing to put the work in is going to end up on the top. I don't feel like that God would say, oh no, PK's over there running her ass off, 80 hours a week. And I want her to, suffer. That's not what this is about. He wants us all to work hard and play hard and live our lives, you know. You shouldn't have to worry about that kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like you pressing hard, you're going to win. Definitely. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Thank you all for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And hopefully, I'll do a live on Monday. I've got other things and irons in the fire, so we'll see what happens. Otherwise, if you see me on Monday, you see me. Let's just put it that way. Just keep an eye out. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. Have a great day.